Hello, hello everyone. Welcome back to another fabulous episode of my personal favorite show, Israel in Style. And yes, that's me being biased. I'm Emmanuel Kadosh, and I'm here, of course, to update you guys on all things Israeli fashion, culture, lifestyle, music, food, art, and tons more. So, to kick off today's show, we have the owner of one of the hottest spots in Tel Aviv, Fat Cow. Now, that might sound offensive to some people, but when you're talking about a burger joint, that's definitely the feeling I get after leaving. So, say hello once again to the owner of Coco Bambino and most recently the best burger spot in Tel Aviv, Tom Aviv.
You said the best burger.
I said it?
It's not me, it's you.
Okay, no, but it's justified considering I'm a burger addict and I'm obsessed with your burgers. So first of all, how is Fat Cow doing? How did it start? Tell me a little bit about it.
Actually, I didn't want to open a burger joint, to be honest.
Let's put that out on the table.
To be honest, I knew that after Omer Miller, Susus and Sons, and me opening a burger joint, I will immediately be
in competition,
or whatever,
yeah.
and they will see me as someone who copied his way. You know, we're a small country.
Of course.
So I didn't want to open one. My partners came, my partners from Coco Bambino, they found this spot, the location of Fat Cow
Which is a great location.
It's a great location, yes.
Yeah.
North Tel
Aviv, yeah.
A lot of people, a lot of young people. And they said, we want the location, but it's good only for burger, because it makes sense.
Right, with the atmosphere, you know, we have sushi, we have pasta, we have all of that, yeah.
And you have nothing around.
Exactly.
The Moses closed and Susu is way back. So I said, okay, but I want something different. And they asked me, what does it mean? And I said, listen, Susu and Sons is everything.
Yeah.
There's guacamole on it, and there's Thai burgers.
Then there's sweet potato burgers, cauliflower burgers.
Everything.
A huge selection, yeah.
Everything you can imagine,
right.
He put some burgers.
Yes.
And I said, I don't want to do the same shtick.
Yeah.
Because I can't be Omer Miller. Yeah. I don't want to be Omer Miller, and I think Omer Miller
does his thing the way he does it. Yeah.
He's great.
Yes, definitely.
So they told me, what do you want? So 180 degrees.
Change.
Opposite.
Yeah.
Like, total change. And they said, okay, so what do you want? I said, I want to keep it simple. I don't want vegetables. I don't want extras. I don't want nothing.
You have 3 things on your menu, right?
Right now 4, because we
4 things on his menu, people.
Menu.
Okay, and so your classic burger, which is my personal favorite, obviously.
My personal favorite.
My personal favorite. What does it have on it? Please share with everyone out loud what it has on it.
There's nothing on it.
I don't get it. Ow.
There's aioli underneath it, and 2 buns, obviously.
Which are really, really good buns, let me just tell you.
Yes, and pav.
Oh, really?
Yes, and that's the secret, because if you use a brioche bun with this juicy burger, it gets like mush.
Soggy, and
exactly.
yeah.
And then you get like a soggy ball. Like you can't eat it.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's it. Aioli, patty, and 2 buns.
Does that sound normal to you? Realistically, you've had burgers before. Have you ever seen a burger that has nothing on it and no option to put anything on it? I
heard about a place called In-N-Out.
Ah.
And I heard they have no extras and no vegetables.
In-N-Out.
And it's good.
It's really bomb, yeah.
So, I tell you what.
Yes.
We were open to the idea of us having some extras and vegetables.
Right.
And we tried the burger for 4 months before we opened, before we launched Fat Cow.
Where was I when you were doing these test runs?
I don't know.
At
Coco. And we tried. We tried everything. We put lettuce, and we put some pickles, and we put everything. But the meat is so good, first of all. And secondly, it's so juicy that everything gets ruined when you put it in the whole thing.
But people went crazy over the fact that, you know, I even brought my brother there, who we have you know our family.
Of course.
We have a very hamburger-obsessed family. And so we got there, and I told my brother, I was like, give it a minute. And he was like, no, what do you mean? I need onions on my burger. And he's not the type of person to put anything extra. And he goes, but I need onions. I go, give it a minute. He ate the burger, and I can even call him right now. He single-handedly said it was the best burger ever.
So that's
it's the meat. There's something like in the actual burger that makes you taste the burger.
One of my partners, that he's a partner only on Fat Cow, not in Coco.
Right.
He's a butcher. His butchery is in Sarona Market.
Got it.
And he's the best butcher in Israel.
You could tell.
He's the best butcher in Israel. When my partner told me I want to open a burger joint, I told him only him.
Okay.
Nothing else.
So what about the name?
Fat cow.
Because you stirred up some drama over here in Tel Aviv with this.
I know.
Like I feel personally like criticized when I go and eat this burger.
You should.
You should, for sure.
Of course. You should. That's the whole point.
Definitely.
I like the drama.
I do.
I like to shout.
Oh yeah, we know.
And this is my kind of shouting.
I love this. This is on top of the fact that it's a burger, you know, the whole vibe and atmosphere of the place is really clean, to the point, very direct. You
very
know what
grungy.
I mean? Yeah, which I love.
Very London style and not going towards the US.
American,
the huge,
Agreed.
the toppings,
Agreed.
the cheeses. I didn't want that.
I love that.
We're going to take it farther.
I'm sure.
We're going to do graffiti on the sidewall.
Oh, I'm sure.
And some playground things.
And
we're taking it
a step further, let's say.
A step further in the future.
And so I know that you were speaking of London, there's a secret project, whatever, we can't know about it. But what I can tell you is that both of your recent restaurant opens have been Khamsa successful. Everything's been going great.
There's no wood.
We can find some wood. There we go. And so I can only hope that, you know, your next project that you'll obviously come here and tell me about will be extremely, you know, successful, and that I'll be, you know, there for the opening.
And maybe for the way.
And, you know.
Then you won't ask you, what about me when we taste the burgers?
Exactly.
I know.
Listen, if you're in the Tel Aviv area, or actually anywhere in Israel for that matter, do yourself a favor and make your way to Fat Cow to truly feel like the ultimate Fat Cow. And of course, if you haven't been and are literally missing out, check out Coco Bambino for the best wine, dine, and party experience. So I don't know about you guys, but I've always thought event planning was one of the most artistic and creative ways of putting together an everlasting memory. You can design everything from start to finish and make the ultimate event. Well, that's exactly what my next guest does, with a little bit of a twist. She actually creates stunning events for people abroad here in Israel. So with me in the studio to tell me more is the founder of A to Z Events in Israel, Adina Mar Capone. How are you?
How are you?
I'm so excited that you're here because I really have a crazy appreciation for event planners. I think it's such an amazing field and career. So first of all, tell me a little bit about A to Z Events and how you got started.
Okay, A to Z Events Israel is exactly what you described. We do all kinds of events. Bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, and weddings, and birthday parties, and all kinds of life celebrations in Israel, mostly for people who are coming to Israel to celebrate their very special event. Israel is a place where people want to come. They want to get married here. They want to
from abroad.
And bat mitzvahs, you could understand, right?
Yes,
like they want to come to the Holy Land, and they want like that special, spiritual, holiness
thing of it.
So that we know. But weddings. Wow, it's a huge destination.
Yeah.
Israel is a destination.
And you wouldn't look at it from like living here, you know. I mean, of course, the wedding season here feels like it's all year round. There's weddings constantly here in Israel, but I don't know, it's funny because like I wouldn't think that people, especially let's say New York, Los Angeles, places like that, would come all the way to the States to do so. And so do you find a lot of people doing that? Clearly.
Yeah, we've got a lot of people who are doing it. And I'm talking about from the United States, from Europe, from Australia, from South America. I have clients from all over the world. Israel is Israel. For the Jews, for the Christians, for the Muslims, everybody finds something that they're connected to or they want to be connected to. It's also gorgeous. And like you said, wedding season's like almost all year long. The weather is so great. And you could almost have an outdoor stunning view wedding almost any time of year.
Almost. We have that like 30 days of rain, and that's pretty much it. Yeah.
So, you know, it's like in terms of that, the food, culinary, like world here in Israel is blowing out of this. It's international. We're all over the place. Like, it's amazing. Music is fantastic. The vibe is great. Alcohol. We got
plenty of that here.
We've got good stuff going on, and people really like it. Now you have the views. You have the history. You have the archaeology.
Definitely.
You have the all that, you know, in the archaeology, in the architecture.
Definitely.
You don't find that. I mean, you can't find it in places that have similar long-term histories like we do. But wow,
but nothing like Israel. Yeah. And so, what are some obstacles that you faced? You know, Weddings here in Israel and weddings in the States are, in my opinion, two different weddings. You know, I've gone to weddings here in Israel where flip-flops are acceptable, jean shorts and a plain t-shirt is acceptable. You don't like see the elegance and glamour as you do in the States. So is that the types of weddings that you do more glamorous because of your clientele? And are there any obstacles in doing that?
Right, so I would say the biggest obstacle is to explain to my clients somewhat that there's a difference in the vibe.
Yeah.
That we're more casual here, that you can wear jeans and flip-flops, and that DJ is okay, it doesn't have to be like a 10-piece band.
Right.
Like, there's a really fun vibe here. And yes, we bring the glamour and the elegance that they're used to from back home.
Yeah,
we
for
bring
sure.
it here to them, and we have it here. The venues, the catering, and the chefs, and the designers, and yes, we have it. We have the glamour here. We bring
definitely
the glamour.
do,
So
yeah.
what a mixture. People really love that there's a mixture of the glamour and the Israel vibe.
And the vibe, yeah, the casual Israeli, like
Totally.
laid back, a little too laid
Yes.
back people, but yeah.
They like it.
They do.
Yeah.
So you were saying, you know, designers and chefs and things like that. So are you hiring chefs, designers, people like that, Israelis, or are you guys bringing them from the States as well?
No, we use Israelis. We use everyone
Wow,
from Israel. The chefs, the
amazing.
designers, the DJs, the bands. Yeah.
Everything.
Everyone's from here. And they love working with people from overseas,
For sure.
Europeans and Americans. They love it. They love when I say to them, we're going to do this a little bit differently because this is what they're used to at home.
Yeah.
They love it.
The
They go
change
with
of
the flow.
culture, yeah.
Totally.
And so you actually have a very interesting story about why you love Israel so much and why you made Aliyah or immigrated here to Israel. Would
Yes.
you mind sharing a little bit about that?
No, I don't mind. My family and I made Aliyah in the shadow of a tragedy. My mother had made Aliyah. She moved here with her husband and my little sister. It was her dream, lifelong dream, and she was able to make her dream come true. Very shortly afterward, less than a year later, she was killed in a terror attack. And that was a tragedy and, you know, caused a lot of trauma in the family. But one positive thing that it did was it really connected us to the land and made us feel like she wanted to be here, and this is where what she believed in, and so we wanted to follow in those footsteps. And that's how we came here and made a beautiful life here. I mean, my children are Israeli, lekol enyan, as they say, and very, very Zionistic and love Israel, from Jerusalem to Tel Aviv to Caesarea, like
I love that.
Thank
I love
God,
that.
really, you know, we made it work. And another thing that my mother really, one of her pet projects or good deeds that she liked to do was, besides her Zionism, very fervent Zionism, was she loved brides and she loved doing things for brides.
Oh,
and giving them.
amazing.
So for me, it's just like this wow kind of
way of celebrating her in a sense.
amazing. I'm like carrying it on.
Were you doing event planning prior to that incident?
No.
Oh,
When I lived in the
wow.
States, my first husband and I had an interior design firm.
Oh, okay.
And I was involved in our Jewish center and in our synagogue and a lot of their events, so I had a little bit of that kind of experience.
Yeah, of course.
And then when I came here,
You just like found
did it, yeah.
And it's so interesting that you know, made such a celebratory career for yourself. You know, you're planning events and weddings and things that are really happy out of, you know, the outcome that happened with your mother, which I think, you know, is very
absolutely,
respectful.
like the last thing I'd want people to think of when they think of Israel
Exactly,
is tragedy
exactly.
and fear.
So you're changing their mindset of people that coming abroad and like, here, this is what I have to offer for you,
Celebration
for sure.
and happy.
Do you have a favorite event of yours that you've done?
Yes.
Yes.
I could say right off the bat.
Okay,
yes, I do.
amazing.
My favorite event was my bride was Japanese.
Wow.
She converted to Judaism. Her groom was from Russian descent. They lived in Chelsea, Manhattan.
What?
Her family was all still in Japan.
Okay.
His family was kind of back and forth between Russia and Israel, and I think sometimes Paris.
Okay.
And they wanted that. They wanted what I said, like the history, the archaeology, the vibe, the fun, and the glamour.
Amazing.
And it was glamour.
And it was glamorous,
Yeah, it was glamour.
I'm sure.
Oh my gosh, 3 dress changes.
Oh, wow, that is
2
glamorous.
different bands. Like, really, we went all out. They went all out. Their guests, if I tell you that the last bus left at 4:30, I don't think I'm exaggerating.
I believe it. I believe it. Amazing. So basically, anybody that's planning an event, even here in Israel, or wanting to come from abroad, they have to hit up A to Z Events in Israel,
Have to.
and that's just what it is. So you have a website.
I do.
Amazing. So people can get in contact you through
A to Z
through there.
Events Israel.
Amazing. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you, too.
sharing, and I'm excited to plan my next event with you.
Call me when you're ready.
Make sure that if you're looking into planning your next event here in Israel, that you give A to Z Events in Israel a call to see what fantasy event they can help you plan. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Imagine that were true. Imagine that us as women didn't take all the derogatory words thrown at us on the streets, on social media comments, behind our backs, or maybe straight to our face, and have it not hurt us. Well, my next guest decided to take those phrases and hurtful words and use them to empower us and to put it right back in their faces, clear as day, to show that nothing you ever say will make me feel less than. Say hello to a very inspiring and amazing woman, Shaked Kimchi. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm great. I love this project. Tell me everything about it. How did it get started?
Well, I study in Shinkal. I study design, and I had a project last year to make a series by the ABC, Israeli ABC, about Israeli culture. So I started digging into language and what kind of language we use. I thought of doing something cultural. I didn't even think of doing something woman-related. And then I looked at this book, like Dictionary for Slang Words in Hebrew, and then it had phrases by, like army phrases and work phrases, and I had women phrases, and the phrases about women were obnoxious, and I just thought how many bad words we use towards women and how I as a woman get treated and talked to all the time.
For sure.
So I talked, okay, I just sent a message to my friends, what nasty words do you get called out the street? And then I just packed everything together and made a series, shirts by the Israeli ABC. I had a word or a phrase for each letter.
Each letter that started with the phrase.
Yeah. And I sort of had to make it for a project for school, and I was like, okay, I don't have that kind of money to print.
Right.
I didn't know how to print that. Now I do. I do my own prints, but then I didn't know how to do it at all. So I was like, put a Facebook post like, hi, I have to do this for school. I don't have money. If everyone wants to buy it so I can make it happen, talk to me. And then it kind of, and when I posted it, I said, if I want to have the money to print it. If I'll get more, I'll donate the money for a good cause.
Oh, wow.
So, because I didn't even think of making money. I didn't even think I'll make enough money. I thought, okay, maybe I'll make half the price and I'll put money of my own, then I could put it
produce these,
for school. And then people just started talking to me, and then 2 people wanted the same shirt, and I was like, okay, so I'll print another one. And then another person, and then it kind of rolled into action and became a reality, and then I just continued donating the money. I still, each time I choose a different organization or different group or different cause, and that has something to do with how we treat people, how we...
Not just women.
Not just women. For the Pride Month, I donated the money to the Israeli youth, the gay youth movement.
Wow, amazing.
So each time I pick...
Where did you come from and where have you been? Literally, this is... I can't even explain what kind of timing you have, and I'm sure you know it. Yeah.
I think it's the timing that got me to really be active, and like the first organization I donated to was it's the group that does the slut walk in Tel Aviv.
Of course.
That was like the first.
Genius. That's the first thing that would have come to mind.
It's kind of. I've been really involved in all the Facebook posts and the groups and the talk around feminism these days, and it really.
Feminism has such a bad name nowadays, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It has nothing to do about women being better than men or anything like that. It has to do with the fact that these slangs, let me see this one.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, amazing. I'm gonna put this on right now. These like words and phrases are being yelled at on the street corner and, to women and all over social media and wherever. If you're wearing a tight shirt, a little bit more revealing, they have the feeling that they can call you whatever they want. And you're basically just putting it back in their faces and being like, nah, you can't say whatever you want.
Yeah, actually, this shirt specifically, I did a new print.
Put this on.
Feel free.
Yeah.
I did, like, the first phrases were kind of tough.
Yeah.
Like, I have stuff that, if you wear
the inappropriate things that people say to women.
But then as a woman, you think, okay, if I'm gonna wear this, I'm gonna walk outside, I'm gonna get called out more than usual. So I had people tell me, I wanna wear it, I wanna help, but I wanna wear something I'll feel more comfortable wearing. So that's when I made a bit more prints that have the same idea. Yeah, well-behaved women still to make history, and we're gonna make it.
Hell yeah. So that's so interesting that you say that. That means that they felt uncomfortable wearing the phrases that men, or sorry, not just men, other women call to women sometimes also, because they felt like they were gonna be even called out more. But isn't that, an oxymoron? Like, you're basically telling me that you don't feel comfortable wearing the shirt, but but it's still not okay for men or people, sorry, to say things like that to you. So did this come from like a personal, experience, or where did this really come from?
I think I moved to Tel Aviv about 2 years ago.
Tel Aviv will do it to you.
Yeah, and you walk down the street, and if it's kind of, I talked to a friend the other day about it. It's kind of like a gray area.
Right.
That's not okay. Like, even if I look good today,
yeah.
you don't have to yell it to me when I walk by, because I feel uncomfortable. It's not
For sure.
an environment I want to walk in, I want to be in.
100%.
And I think that's the place. That some of the phrases are not really bad words. It's just like the random phrases like, you come here often.
Yeah, like the things that you get harassed with on a day-to-day.
Yeah, it's not really offensive as a phrase, but once you feel like you go a place and that's all people see in you and that's all people treat you, that's not an environment I want to be in.
100%. It's so interesting that you say that, because I just saw on Instagram a friend of mine that posted a video. She said, she had an audition, and she was like, coincidentally, my audition is in front of a construction site. Great. Now my day is going to be filled with these kinds of comments. Like, that shouldn't be obvious to women. You know, that shouldn't be like, oh, that's what's going to happen today. Like, I'm going to get catcalled by these construction workers. That shouldn't be obvious.
Yeah. I take into account when I walk out the street that things like this would happen. And when I go out at night, I have my phone on me, and I think twice before, I don't know, staying late at a friend's house if I want to go back home. Yeah, depending from where they are. And it's a reality that it's crazy. Like, it's crazy.
It's saddening. It's sad. You can't put 2 headphones in, because then you're not super aware, and you can't not be carrying pepper spray, because then it's your fault if you can't defend yourself. I could go on and on about this topic. It really pisses me off, you know?
I can go all day.
And I think I'm definitely going to have you come back in. I want to know, there's so many questions that I have to ask you. We just don't have enough time. And so I will definitely have you back in. Don't worry, she will be back.
Sure, love to.
So people can find this on your Facebook page, right?
Yes, I have a Facebook page. I started an Instagram. I'm kind of new. Like, I started Instagram too, so I could spread the word.
I'll help promote it.
I love to.
Don't even worry
to.
about it. So thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. Your cause is really making a huge impact on women.
I hope. That's the idea, that one day we won't need it.
Definitely.
One day we won't.
Thank you so much for coming in.
welcome.
I really appreciate it. If you are absolutely over the disgusting comments and words thrown at you as a woman, man, or as a human being in general, don't sit and complain about it. Take note of Shaked. Stand up. Do something about it. Make sure to check out Shaked's page to get your own shirt. And with that, that's unfortunately all the time we have left of today's show. I wanted to thank all our guests for coming in. For all you viewers out there who want to catch up on any missed episode, check us out on iltv.tv/IsraelInStyle. Have a fabulous and not derogatory week, people.